So welcome everybody. It's lovely to see you as always. For today's practice, we might need a couple of bricks, books, or soup cans, whatever it is that you have. And if you haven't, don't worry, not the end of the world. We're going to start sitting up and just give yourself a moment or two to ground here. So taking one hand to one sit bone, press the flesh away and then really feel your bone as it presses into the earth. And immediately you might feel a little bit wonky. So let's ground ourselves on the other side. So grab onto your buttock, pull it back, and then ground the sit bone there. And as you find yourself seated, can we rise up now and lift the heart, roll the shoulders back, and just take a moment as to checking in as to how you begin this practice. If you're feeling a little bit agitated, kind of nervous, you might want to take the hands down. That's a way of grounding our energy. If you're feeling really tired and you haven't quite woken up yet, take your palms up. So always let this practice be a form of medicine, giving you what you need, because only you know what's going on. So just comfortably, if it's comfortable, close your eyes and just take one full, deep, sweet breath in through both nostrils. And then as you breathe out, press back down into those sit bones. Just remind yourself that you're here, you're connected to the earth. And this is some time that you've taken out for you. And if you're comfortable, keep the eyes closed. Let's take 3 more deep, full breaths in. And there is a quote from, I think it was the 1960s, also a book called Be Here Now. When we connect to the breath, we immediately come into the present moment. Most of our life is spent going over what's already happened, planning what hasn't happened yet. When we can learn to be in the present moment, we immediately become a little bit more peaceful and less frantic. So acknowledge all those thoughts that might be looping around the mind, the head. Perhaps acknowledge that there might be a to-do list waiting for you. But now let's come back to this moment now. Let's be here now and take another full deep breath in. This time fill up the side ribs, the armpits, all the way up to the heart. And then be here now as you soften down into the hips, the sit bones. So using our breath today and our body as a way to come into this peaceful present moment. And just a little quote to begin with. Everything we do is infused with the energy with which we do it. If we are frantic, we will be frantic. If we're peaceful, life will be peaceful. We can always choose to perceive things differently and focus on what's wrong in our life, or we can focus on what's right. So just gratitude for this body, as we're here today, this sunny day. And let's breathe into this sweet moment. As we breathe in now, let's sweep the arms up to the sky and really reach into your fingertips. As you breathe out, drop the shoulders down, take the arms wide. And we're going to give ourselves a really big hug to start the day. Take the right arm on top and then just lift up your elbows. Now this might be enough for you, or you might take the backs of your palms together to see what's best for you, maybe even the palms together. So just stop when you're in the right place. And as you breathe in, lift up the heart, almost like we're doing cat and cow in the spine. As you exhale, tuck the chin, bring the elbows towards your tummy. And do that 2 more times, just mobilizing the lower back, the shoulders. And don't let that breath shorten. Keep it so spacious, so full. Final time, breathing in, lift up. Breathing out. So again, we're not doing this frantically. We're very peaceful. Let's come to center now. We're going to move the arms to the left, but keep your head facing forward. And you might just get a little tug there on the outer right shoulder blade. Can you lift your throat and take a deep breath in? Take a big swallow. Keep the neck open. And then just soften the right shoulder blade. Notice if you're tensing there. One more deep breath. And now we're just going to drop the left ear to the left shoulder. So a little bit more of a stretch for the right side of the neck. Perhaps you even look up to the right and then look down to the left. So like you're doing a big no. No to being frantic today. Just no, not having it. Just feel the neck. Final time, look up as you inhale. Down as you exhale. And now unravel the arms as you take the right arm to the side and the left arm reaches up above, coming into a nice side stretch as you tip to the right. Anchor down that left sit bone and reach from the left waist to the left middle finger. And now a full, peaceful, deep breath into the left side body. So when we're anxious, we breathe very rapidly like a little bird. We're just kind of deepening our breath to stay in that peaceful place. One more. And now breathe your way up. Breathe up those left fingertips. Take them behind you now. The left finger's behind. And the right hand comes across you for a twist. Breathe in as you grow tall. Exhale as you turn to look over that left shoulder and take 3 deep breaths into the side body. And now we're going to sweep this left arm all the way up and over, crisscross over, hold on to the knees and then lean back as you tuck the chin. So breathing into the back of the shoulders. Exhale to soften. And now lift those arms up. And again, we do side two. So we might begin to give ourselves a hug. Opposite arm is on top now. We might take the backs of the palms together, maybe the palms. And as you breathe in, lift your heart. As you exhale, elbow to tummy, round into the upper back. So do that 2 more times with your breath, keeping that sense of being really peaceful. So again, everything we do, we have an energy attached to it. So are we choosing to be in peace or are we choosing to be in pieces? So just notice, because that's what we spread to those around us. Let's come back to center now and gaze forward. And this time we're moving the arms to the right. So feel a little tug on the outer left shoulder blade. So first thing in the morning, our shoulders are often tight from sleep. And now let's drop the right ear to the right shoulder. So feel that stretch in the left side of the neck. And again, a really big no to being frantic. Let's look up as we inhale. Exhale, look back down again. So just feeling into how your neck is today. And sometimes we can feel quite tight and glitchy here at the days we have more mobility. And then lift yourself back up. This time we take the left hand to the side as we sweep the right arm up and over. And reach from the right hip to the right middle finger. Take a huge breath into your right lung. Soften the right shoulder blade. And again, just close your eyes. Consider right now in this moment, are you in peace or in pieces? Inhale, right arm sweeps up all the way behind you. Left fingers come up and over and grow tall as you inhale. And gaze over that right shoulder as you draw your tummy in and take 3 deep breaths into the side ribs. Can you feel the breath moving down into the ribs, the waist? When we feel, we're not thinking or worrying, so just noticing. And let's come back to center. And we've sat with our legs crossed a very long time this way. So let's just very briefly crisscross the legs in the opposite direction. Take your hands to your knees and let's do really big circles. Let's start coming forward. Pull the tummy in as you come back. And you might want to free up the neck again as well. Just see how that feels. You don't care what you look like, just what feels good in this human body, this vehicle for this lifetime. And then change the direction of your circles. And just notice right now what thoughts are going through your mind. And can you come back to the breath? It's our thoughts that steal our peaceful state, the worrying ones especially. Let's come back to center. And let's just take the arms up to the sky one more time. Breathing in, lengthen from the waist to the fingertips. This time, exhale, take the fingers behind you. And as you root the fingers down, lift your heart, lift out of the pelvis. And as the heart lifts up, feel like you're breathing into the center of your heart. And pause there. Now breathe a little bit more on top. Tease open that space. And visualize you're breathing away one thing that's stealing your peace right now. Let the jaw go, let the face go. And now let's come on to all fours. So spreading your fingers really wide, root out each individual fingertip under your shoulders. Have the knees wide underneath your hips. And today we're going to do some sideways cat and cow. So as you breathe out, drop your belly, take the ribs to the left, and then round into your upper back as you breathe in and take the ribs to the right. So just easing into the lower back. Keep really pressing those hands down so you get a stretch in the shoulders. And again, change those circles the opposite way. So when we make circles, there's a kind of peaceful quality around that. So just easing into the lower back. And now let's take some figures of 8. So bum down to heels, come up, crisscross up the waist, shoulders over the wrists. So like you're doing big figures of 8. And this, of course, is the infinity loop. And then if you can, it's not too confusing, let's change the direction of those circles. And then let's come to stillness. So coming up to what we call a neutral spine now, pull your tummy in, round into the back, and we're going to sit back onto the heels, but come straight back up again. So exhale, sit back onto the heels. Inhale, lift the heart and dip the back as you come into cow pose. And just do this 2 or 3 times. So really loosening up the back. So another way we find peace in our body is through repetition. So that's why we're kind of repeating these shapes today with our breath. So your option is to stay with this or to come into what I call animal shapes. So as you exhale, sit back onto the heels. As you inhale, dip the lower back, lift up into cow. Exhale, lift the knees, stretch back into downward facing dog. 1 breath only. Inhale, come back onto all fours. Excuse me. Exhale, sit back onto the heels. Inhale, lift up into cow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, drop the knees, all fours, lift the heart. Exhale, round and sit back onto the heels. We're going to do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, drop the knees, lift the heart. Exhale, sit back onto your heels. 2 more. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, sit back onto the heels. So 1 more on your own time if you can, without me telling you what to do. If you get lost, don't worry. It's only yoga. And now as we sit back onto the heels, let's just stay there in child's pose. So pressing the forehead down into the center of the mat. Another way to find peace in the body, this is where what we call our vagus nerve is. Just gently rub your forehead side to side. And just visualize all those thoughts that are stealing your peace right now are dissolving. So know that if you need more of a rest today, this is where you stay. Otherwise, let's come back up again and start moving our bodies. So coming back onto all fours, you can stay here, or you can lift up the backs of the knees, coming back into downward facing dog, and just start to pedal out your dog. Take 1 heel down, then the other. Shake your booty. Just enjoy what the body can do. And now find a sense of evenness. Feel the hands, feel the feet. Press the weight equally into both. And let's come forward to the top of a push-up. Can you round the upper back as you come forward, like you're rippling? Lengthen the heels back, long neck. Bend the knees, let's come back to down dog. So we're kind of rippling from dog to plank. Breathing in, lift the shoulders, ripple your way forward. Breathing out, press the floor away as you lift the thighs and hips back. 2 more of those smoothly with the breath. And again, it's this repetition that helps us get into a peaceful space. And next time you're in downward facing dog, feel the body, the whole body, and breathe into it. Exhale, lion's breath out. Open the mouth, relax the jaw. Press all the weight into the left foot now as you breathe in, lift up your right leg. Press into the right heel, spread the right toes, and just pause here for a really big, deep breath. Don't care about what's coming next. Perhaps you lift up the left heel. Now ease the left heel towards the ground. And then gaze forward as we take the right foot between the hands. So sometimes we have to drag that foot there because it's playing up and it doesn't want to go. Let's just drop the left knee down now. So we're going to do cat and cow in our spine again. As you breathe in, lift your heart. There's a little arch. As you exhale, press into the foot and tuck the chin and round into your shoulders. Breathe in, lean forward. Lunge forward, sorry. Exhale, tuck the chin. Do that 2 more times. Next time, as you bend the knee, we're going to follow through with the arms. So reach those arms up really tall. Lengthen the spine as you gaze up. And we're going to move with the breath now. As you exhale, come forward with the fingers behind. As you inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, come forward, fingers behind. Inhale, sweep the arms up. This time we're adding a twist. Take the left hand forward and right hand behind. And just gaze to look over your right hip. Spread your right fingers and notice the right shoulder. It's probably really glitchy. What can you do to feel a little bit more peaceful there? Take 1 deep breath as you keep the head lifted. Option to stay here or to tip back. As the right hand rests on that back leg, really lengthen the left arm up and take a huge breath into the left lung. So are you adding tension here? Is this taking your peace away? What can you do to smooth out the breath? 1 more breath. Inhale, right arm rises up. Exhale, hands come back down again. And let's come back to downward facing dog. So just take a moment there to land in your feet, land in your hands. Breathe your way forward again, ripple your way forward into a plank pose. Drop down onto the knees now, lift up your ankles and cross them, and then gently roll all the way down to the ground. And as you take your toenails down now, just let's start with a Sphinx pose. So elbows under shoulders, hands in front of you, and just lift up your heart now. Feel like you're pulling the elbows towards your waist as you traction to the spine. And let's just stretch the neck again. Take the right ear to the right shoulder. Take a breath. Circle the chin down. Left ear to left shoulder. Take a breath. And then let's come back. Circle the chin forward. 1 more time. And then either stay in Sphinx, which is a more gentle back bend, or let's take the hands back now so that they're resting by the chest. And as you squeeze the elbows behind you, breathe in as you lift your heart. Breathe out as you come back down again. And now do that 3 more times, moving with your breath. A lot of repetition today. This is how we get to a more peaceful state. So final time now, we're just going to really test our back. As we lift the heart, can we let the hands hover about 1 centimetre? Notice now if your breath has stopped and you're gritting your teeth. So breathe into whatever it is you're feeling. Stay in that state of peace with the breath. And then gently come down, press into the floor, and then just round into your upper back. Just take a moment there to breathe, just stretch where you've just strengthened. And then let's come back to downward facing dog. Again, spread your fingers, spread your hands. Press your right foot into the ground now as you lift your left leg up. And notice our tendency to speed forward. So just stay here as you lift the right heel. Breathing out, press the right heel down. And pause as you breathe. And now let's take the foot between the hands. Drop the right knee down. So same as side 1, breathe in, lift your heart, little back bend. Exhale, tuck the chin and round. Do that 2 more times. And all that matters is the breath. All that matters, not the shape, not what it looks like. Next time we bend the left knee, we swoop the arms up too. And can you find length from waist to the fingers? Big, deep breath in. Once again, repetition. Exhale, come forward, fingers behind. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fingers behind. Do that 2 more times. Lovely. And really reach up now and pull the tummy in as we take the left arm behind. So when our body feels tension, we tense, we grip, we're not in a peaceful state. What can you do now with that left shoulder? Spread the left fingers, take a full breath. And then maybe again you tip back. And as the left hand rests on the right thigh, really consciously reach from the right waist to the right fingers. And now take a full breath into the right lung. And another. Beautiful. And let's come all the way forward. Let's take a downward facing dog. So just close your eyes now. How are you feeling? Peaceful or pieces? Just notice. And then smoothly come forward again to the top of a push-up. So this time you might choose not to drop the knees. Go with what your body wants. Squeeze the elbows in as you come down. And then come into cobra pose, or maybe up dog this time. So press the arms straight, lift the pelvis. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take 2 full deep breaths into the whole body. And then look towards the hands, and it's your call. You might walk or do a little bunny hop to the front of the mat. They're much more fun. And with the feet hip width apart, breathe into a flat back. Exhale to fold. So again, this repetition that our nervous system likes. Breathe in halfway up. Exhale to fold. Now close your eyes and do 3 more of those in your own time. And then next time you come to your fold, we're just going to cradle the brain. So interlace your fingers, take them to the back of the neck and just gently sway side to side. So again, all of these things, just little soothing things that we can do for our nervous system. Now pull the tummy in, press into the feet. And as you breathe in, sweep your arms up and overhead. And take the hands all the way up. Just reach the body back now. Lift the heart, press the thigh bones back. Take a breath. Exhale, hands to heart. And just close your eyes for a moment as you press the hands together. Feel the whole body now as you breathe into it. And any given time, we can come back to this state of peace when we choose to pause, to be present, to breathe into the whole body. Let's add more to this kind of repetitious flow now. As you breathe in, let's come down into chair pose. And this is not a chair we watch Netflix in. This is a really not a peaceful pose. Pause there, feel how strong you are. And as you exhale, straighten the legs, take the fingers behind you. Breathe your way back up into chair pose. Exhale, come back. Final time, breathe your way back into chair pose. Pause, maybe you sink deeper this time. Exhale, hands down. Let's come back to downward facing dog. And just take a moment to bounce. Just bounce the knees a little bit. Just get everything pumping and flowing. Now come to stillness. And as you breathe in, lift that right leg. Pause again. We're not rushing to the next thing. Now take the foot between the hands. Press into both feet. Sweep your arms up, coming into what we call a high lunge. So same as we did with the knee down now, as you breathe in, reach into your fingers. As you breathe out, fingertips come behind you. Breathe in, fingertips rise. Breathe out, fingers behind as you strengthen the right hip. Do 2 more of those nice, repetitious, smooth poses. Smooth breath. This time, as the hands come behind, can you stay? So lean forward, reach into your fingers, take the heart forward and take a deep, deep breath. And perhaps you're feeling sensation in the outer right hip. 1 more breath. Inhale, arms lift up. And again, we come back to that twist we did earlier. Can you take the arms wide? This time we're going to move here as well. So breathe in, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand behind. Breathe in, arms up and overhead. Exhale, left arm forward, right hand behind. Really tricky twist this final time. Breathing in. And now open. And this time, again, we either stay here or we tip back. So as the right hand comes back, reach into the left fingers. Deep, deep, deep breath. And let's come up again, arms wide, sweep the arms up. And this time we're taking warrior two. So I'm just going to change the direction. So roll and unravel the fingers, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. And we're just going to interlace the palms behind you for this. As you interlace the palms, roll the shoulders back and sink as deeply as you can into that right knee. And just pulse in and out a little bit as we ease into our hips. And now with that right knee bend, we're going to bring the only head you've got towards the right foot. And tuck your chin now, let the weight of the head stretch all the vertebrae at the back of the neck. Another pose that might steal our peace. So can you find your breath? 2 more breaths. And then press into the feet as you lift yourself up. We're going to take this little fist now to the left waist. And snuggle it there as you bring your elbows towards each other. So one of the things we do when we're tense and not at peace is clench our jaw. So we want to really think about that now. Drop your left ear to the back shoulder. Slide the right shoulder forward and just let the jaw hang open. So not the most intelligent look, but no one can see us, we're at home. Take 1 more deep breath. And now unravel your arms, slide the left arm down your back leg and reach the right arm up and over. And just huge breath into the right one. And then sweep yourself back up into warrior two. This time we're coming into a squat. So move the left heel in. This is a goddess squat. So we're coming into our 2 knees want to go towards our little toes and just sink down as deeply as you can. I'm going to take the arms up now into a little cactus shape. Take your index finger and thumb together. And we're just going to tip to one side. So stretching the right waist all the way up. Tilt to the right, stretch the left waist. And this doesn't always feel good, but it's great to get the energy into the side body. Just do 1 more each side. And then as you come back, we're going to come back into those eagle arms we began with. Can you take the right elbow on top? And again, you might hug yourself, palms together, and sink deep now into your squat as you lift the arms up. Take a huge breath. And we're going to circle to the left. So these can be little circles or big circles, just really moving into the lower back and shoulders. Just 2 big circles. Sorry, 1 more, so that's 3 in total. Beautiful. And as you come back, once again, let's just unravel the arms, straighten the legs, take your hands to your hips, and this time parallel the feet. As you breathe in, lift the heart, lift the chest. As you exhale, let's come to a fold. And forward folds are very calming. They calm what we call our limbic brain. So again, another device. Get us into a bit more of a peaceful state. Just lengthen the back of the neck, shake out the head. And you decide now, do you need to be still or do you wish to move from foot to foot? So bend the right knee as you walk towards the right foot. Bend the left knee as you walk towards the left. And there's no good or bad choice. So no need to be frantic. We just choose what our intuition says we need. So fingers down to the ground is stretching the hips. If you lift your hands off the ground, you're strengthening the hips. So again, just make the wisest choice for you today. Just let it be slow. That's what gets us into a peaceful place. And now let's come back to stillness, hands underneath the face. Breathe in as you lengthen the spine. Breathe out as you fold. Take the hands to the hips and slowly, slowly lift all the way up. And just pause there. How does it feel after that forward fold? Let's take the right foot forward. So slightly hopping the left heel in now, a slightly shorter stance as we take a triangle pose. So breathe in, arms come out wide. Cock your left hip back and lengthen forwards. As you lean forward, press into the middle of the left heel. Be very stable here before you take the right hand down and the left arm up. Pull your tummy in, lean back. And let's do that big no again. So look up to your left thumb. Then look down to the right big toe, very slowly, just easing into the neck. Breathe in, look up to the left. thumb. Breathing out, look down to the right toe. And do that two more times. And next time you're up, looking at the left thumb, stay there. Now, option is to stay here. If you want to add a little bit more for your tummy, lift your right arm away from the right leg and take it in front of you. Stay with the breath, don't lose it. Maybe left arm comes over your ear. And are you still breathing peacefully? Because that's the test. One more breath. Ooh, take the arms back. Hard to talk doing that. Gaze towards your right foot. We're going to frame that front foot and come back to downward facing dog. Breathe into the whole body. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you come through what we call a vinyasa. So going forward to your plank pose, lowering to the ground, breathing in as you curl up into your back bend. Breathing out, downward facing dog. And feel the feet, feel the hands. I'm just going to change my direction. You stay where you are. Breathe in, left leg rises up. Again, just pause. We're not rushing. Just slightly take your right waist back. Take one breath. Exhale, sweep the foot between the hands. And as you press into both feet, let's raise. Whoa, really wobbly today. Breathing in, take both fingers up. Wobbles are human, so reach into your fingers, bend into that front knee. We're going to do what we did again on side one. So come forward as you exhale, fingers behind. Breathe in as you take the arms up. Press your feet well into the earth because they're really holding you up. As you do that 3 more times. And then this time we stay. So lean forward, feel that outer left hip and take a full breath in. And keep pressing away into that right heel. Take another full breath in. And sweep the arms up. So same pattern, but with a twist now. As you exhale, left hand behind, right arm comes forward. Breathe in, arms lift. Exhale, right arm forward, left hand behind. Inhale, arms overhead. 2 more of those in your own breath pattern. And just stay with that peaceful breath. Final time, you might stay with your arms open or you might tip back. So left hand finds the back leg and the right arm reaches up. And we take 2 full breaths there into the right lung. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, warrior 2. Feel both feet on the ground as you reach into both sets of fingertips. And just pause there, soften the shoulders. Are you adding tension to this shape? And now interlace the palms behind you. So different interlace if you can, opposite thumb on top. Take the fold first. So roll the shoulders back, deep breath in. Exhale, lengthen the back of the neck as you fold towards that front foot. Let the head be heavy. Keep pressing into the back outside edge of the right foot. And then breathe your way back up again. So this time we take that little fist to the right waist, we squeeze the elbows back and we will drop the right ear. And again, do a really big no. What do you need to say no to today? Just see what arises there as you shake your head. What could you let go of that causes you tension? And pause there, let the right ear hang, just let the jaw open now, relax the jaw. And sweep the arms back to warrior 2. So once again, we're taking the heel in as we come into goddess pose. This time we're going to take the hands to our thighs and slide them towards the knees. See if you can lean forward. And then just press your right hand into the right thigh to bring your right shoulder to the left side. Breathe into the right waist, the right side body. Exhale, lift yourself up. Opposite way now, left hand presses away. Breathe into the left side body. Exhale, lift up. And do that one more time on each side. And then as you come up, once again, open those arms so wide. This time it's the left arm we're taking on top. Either hug yourself, give yourself a double wrap. Sink yourself down into goddess pose. Lift the toes for a moment and then really release them down in a soft way. This time we're circling to the right. So big circles, little circles. Moving into the hips. And after 3 circles, we come back to center. And pause there. Feel like you're pulling the forearms apart to really stretch the back of the shoulders. And unravel. Sweep the arms out. Place the feet again so we're in warrior 2. And reach forward. Take a deep, deep breath. And then straighten the left leg. So a slight hippity hop in of the back foot. Let's come into triangle pose. The arms are wide. Right hip comes back. And then lengthen forward and just stop. And as you reach forward, press into the center of the right heel. And then we take the left hand down and right arm up. Pull your tummy ever so gently, lean back. And then breathe in as you look at your right thumb. Breathe out as you look down to the left big toe. And do that 2 more times with your breath. No to any stress today, just not having it. And then once again, look up and pause at your left fingertips. Sorry, right fingertips. And breathe. And there's a quote from Pema Chodron that said, inner peace is when we don't let other situations or people take away that harmony. So we can choose where our focus goes. Now let's lift the left arm away from the bottom leg, if that feels okay. Maybe right arm comes on top. And breathing in, breathing out. 2 more breaths if you can, not letting this shape take away that inner peace. Breathe your way back up into warrior 2. Moment there. This will be your final vinyasa maybe. So come round to frame your front foot. Come back into dog. Rest if you need to. Otherwise, ripple forward into plank. Ease the body down. Breathe your way up into your back bend. Come back into downward facing dog. Again, take a moment. Feel your feet, feel your hands. Take 2 full breaths. Has your breath lost that easy wisdom? Just notice. And just mellow everything out with the next breath. Gaze towards the hands. Let's do a little hop. And once again, we're in that forward fold. Just shake out everything. Shake out the head. Shake out the hips. And super slowly sweep the arms up and overhead as you come to stand. Hands to the heart center. So just adding on now, a final very short round. You might need your bricks here to help you balance. And again, this is likely to take us out of a peaceful state. So noticing everything that grabs that sense of groundedness. Let's come back into chair pose. Once again, arms come up in front of you. Inhale. Exhale, come to fold. Inhale, arms in front. Exhale, arms behind. Do that 2 more times, finding that repetition again, just to help soothe the nerves. So next time we're in chair pose, take your hands to prayer, press your fingers together and just lift up your left heel. So this is going to really strengthen our outer right hip. Now you might lift up your left toes. This is really strong, I think. So find that breath now, really dig deep. And now let's lift up to a knee lift. Pause there, spread the left toes. And now we're coming back into a balance, warrior 3. So this is where you might take your fingers to the floor or to a brick. You might keep them at your heart, or you might take them behind you, or maybe in front. Whatever you do, just do it with a smoothness of breath. And take 1 more full breath. And now 1 more full breath. And drop the foot behind you. Really good. So we're going to take that heel down now. We're coming into warrior one. The back heel is down, the right foot faces forward. Sweep the arms up to the sky as you inhale. And we're going to take a twist here. So it might be easier to lift the back heel. See if you can do it with the heel down. Come forward with your hands to your heart and take the left elbow outside the right thigh. And now press your left hand into your right hand to really help you rotate. Press into the back foot to hold you up and take 2 deep breaths. Again, that right hip might be talking to you now. Just send it love and slowly, slowly come up. Really nice. Straighten both legs. Now hands to your hips. Slightly hop your back foot in. So coming into pyramid pose now, as you press into your feet, lengthen the spine and come forward to fold. So again, you might take your fingers to the floor. You might take them to a brick. No good or bad place. Just pause now as you lengthen those muscles down the backs of the legs and take 2 deep breaths as you bow over the front leg. And just check your shoulders. Are they tensing? Is your face tensing? Are you giving that inner peace away? And once again, press into the feet. See if you can straighten your leg. This is hard. And slowly come up to stand. So it's likely to make you a bit wobbly. Really nice. Hold on to the hips. We're coming into twisted triangle now, but in a really funny way. So breathing in, not funny ha-ha, just funny weird. Lift your arms up and once again, open your arms wide. So right arm behind, left hand forward. So we're going to move here. As you breathe in, come back, right hand to the back leg. As you breathe out, we're going to come forward into twisted triangle, left hand down, right hand up. We're going to come up again, press into the feet, inhale, lift up. Again, it's repetition. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Remember, there might be a brick underneath that left arm. Final time, breathe your way up. And know that this feels strange, it feels wobbly. That's the whole point. And exhale, left hand down. This time we stay. So the left hand might stay under your shoulder, or it might come to the outer right ankle and reach into your right fingers. Now press into those feet. Stay grounded as you really find that breath again. And see again if you can slowly lift up. Oh, that's hard, isn't it? And then just rub your thighs, just ease out any glitchy tension there. Let's step the left foot in to meet the front foot. And just take a moment now to stop. Take one hand to your heart, one hand to your tummy. Are you in peace or in pieces right now? Just notice. And then return to the breath and breathe. And let's do all of that on side 2 before we come to some more restful poses. So coming into chair pose, sink down, breathe in. Exhale, fingertips behind. Inhale, sweep the fingers forward to chair pose. Exhale, fingers behind. This time 2 more in your own breathing pattern. And now take the hands to prayer. And pause there. Feel your feet before you do anything else. Now lift up the right heel. You might stay here or lift up the right toes. Notice the wobbles, everything that takes you out. And breathe. Lift up that right knee. Take a moment there. Grow tall, lift the heart. Now coming back into warrior 3. The same variation, hands at your heart, to the floor, behind you or in front. Just breathe. And then drop that heel back as we come into warrior 1 leg. So both feet are down, the left toes are forward. Sweep the arms up and over. So the hint of a back bend here now as you lift the heart. And then once again, lean forward as you take the hands to heart. So you might want to lift up your right heel. That just make it a little easier. Otherwise, come forward. Take the right elbow to the outside edge of the left thigh. And press the right hand into your left to really help you roll the shoulders back, rotate the spine. Take 3 deep breaths, scooping that belly in. Now press into the feet as you lift up. 2 straight legs. Hold on to your hips and slightly hop the back foot forward. So hamstring stretches rarely bring us peace, and that's why we're doing this now to explore. Press into both feet as you lengthen the spine and lengthen forward. And most of the time now, this is where we discover our stress reaction, because we tense the shoulders, we grit our teeth, and we think murderous thoughts. So notice which of those, or all of them, you might be doing, and then just breathe them away. It's unlikely on our deathbed we'll wish that our hamstrings had been different. So notice if that's stealing your peaceful inner state right now. 2 more breaths. Press into the feet, lift yourself up. So finishing with that quite challenging twist in a way, in the way that we're going into it. So the right arm is forward, the left hand is behind. Press into your feet. I have 2 very strong legs. Exhale, left hand comes back. Inhale, right hand comes forward, all the way beneath the right shoulder. Breathing in, lift back, tip back. Exhale, right hand comes forward. Final time, nice and slow with the breath. And the right hand comes forward. So the right hand stays under your right shoulder, or it might lift itself up and come to the left shin. Reach into those left fingers now and scoop the belly in as you take 3 deep breaths. Now pull the tummy in as you lift out the way you came. Hold onto your hips. Step the back foot in to meet the right foot. 1 hand to heart, 1 hand to tummy. Breathe in peace. Breathe out as you release non-peace. And let's come down to the ground. So we need our bricks again now. We're going to do a supported back bend. So these are really good poses to do when you're agitated, as it stimulates the adrenals, the organs which pump out adrenaline. So when we're overwhelmed and stressed, we need to look at our adrenals and give them a bit of love. So as you bend the knees, we're going to take a brick or a book or whatever you have underneath your lower back. So it can be on a high setting, it can be on a low setting. We want it to be where what we call the sacrum is, the sacred bone, the triangular bone at the base of the spine. It shouldn't be pinchy. And just rest your hands initially onto your hip points. Keep the chin tucked, the neck is long. And some of you might lengthen your legs away. That's going to ease out your hip flexors. I prefer to keep mine bent. So we're going to do a breath practice now called calm breath. Can you breathe in for a count of 4? Breathe out for a count of 6. And you count. Make sure the shoulders are soft, everything's relaxed. And you might stay with that breath, or you might start to add a little pause at the top. So breathe in for a count of 4. Hold the breath. Breathe out for a count of 6. Hold the breath out. So we're not going to do this for very long, but if you are suffering from insomnia, this is a good one to do before bedtime too. So just do it for about another minute. Let your eyes closed. So stay where you are. I'm just going to sit up. And of course, sometimes, however hard we try, we're just not at peace. So this is a quote from Eckhart Tolle. Don't look for peace. Don't look for any state than the one you are in now. Otherwise, you will set up inner conflict and unconscious resistance. Forgive yourself for not being at peace. The moment you completely accept your non-peace, your non-peace becomes transmuted into peace. Anything you accept fully will get you there, will take you into peace. This is the miracle of surrender. So take 2 more rounds of that breath, breathing in for a count of 4, pause, breathe out for a count of 6. And let the final breath be a sighing breath out. And then remove the brick or cushion or whatever it is you have beneath your lower back and very, very slowly come down. And as your lower back comes back to the ground, just take a moment there to land. So we're all back on the ground now. Just let the hips soften. And bring your knees in towards your chest. And really squeeze those knees in. Tuck the chin, lift the head actually, just squeeze up into a little egg shape. And then bring the head, the shoulders down, just rock the knees from side to side. And then take your arms wide and your palms can be up or down. Let the knees rock over to the right. And as the knees not rock to the right, take your right hand to the center of the thigh, left thigh, and just press the knees a little bit more to the right as you now gaze over your left shoulder. And breathe in so fully, so sweetly, so deeply. And as you breathe out, let go of any tension in the left shoulder and take 3 more full deep breaths here. And just breathe in that concept of peace, even if you're not feeling it, to every bone, muscle, fibre of the body. 1 more breath. And then as you release, just let go of the right hand, pull the tummy in, bring the knees in, and rock them over to side 2. And let that left hand rest on the right thigh. Reach away with your right fingertips and take 3 deep breaths into your right body, side of your body. And come back to center. This time bring the legs up, bring the arms up, and just do a little bit of dying fly. So flick the fingers, flick the shoulders, toes. Shake every last little bit of tension out. And then super slowly, let's come down into what we call Shavasana, the most peaceful shape. So your feet are hip width apart, the shoulders are relaxed. Let the chin tuck. And if you're feeling a bit anxious or unsettled, let the hands rest on your belly. If you're feeling okay or different, maybe the palms are beside you, face up. And again, I'm going to sit up, but you stay where you are. So we end the practice now, noticing what's shifted since you began when we first met an hour ago. And this is the quote from the recently deceased Thich Nhat Hanh. Peace is present right here and now, in ourselves and in everything we do and see. Every breath we take, every step we take can be filled with peace, joy, and serenity. The question is whether or not we are in touch with it. We only need to be awake, alive, and in the present moment. So of course we forgive ourselves if we're not at peace. Some days we're just pissed off, but if we're feeling mindful, can we just keep coming back to those breaths? And perhaps we can choose in this moment now to be peaceful. And breathe in through both nostrils. As you breathe out, consciously relax the jaw. Let the cheeks relax. Let the eyes roll back into their sockets. And direct the breath all the way down into the center of the belly. Let it spread into the side ribs, all the way up to your armpits. As you breathe out, relax your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your wrists. Move down into the pelvis. Relax the thighs. Soften the backs of your knees. Let the soles release, let the toes spread. And if your mind is racing, let it rest in that space between your eyebrows, where we'd witness our dreams. And repeat to yourself 3 times as you breathe out, I am peaceful today. And allow your eyes to stay closed now as you take a minute or so here, just taking this restful peace. Just breathe into every cell of the body. Let peace be with you. And if the mind has wandered off, come back to this next breath. Now this next breath. And just take a moment now to deepen your breath. And try not to rush headlong into your day. Just take a moment to re-inhabit your body with a few breaths. What can you hear right now in this moment? Can you hear birds singing outside? I can. Maybe you hear sounds in your living space, signs of life around you. And reminding yourself again of that Thich Nhat Hanh quote, peace is present right here and now in ourselves and in everything we do and see. Perhaps now you need a nice overhead stretch as you yawn the body open, reach into fingers, reach into toes. Maybe just ease the head from side to side. And in your own time when you're ready, make your way back up into a comfortable seat. And thank you so much for practicing with me. Let's just take hands to our hearts. May peace be with us today and all days as we breathe in, sweep the arms up to the sky. Breathe all that peace that we need into our heart. And just take a moment there to thank yourself, your body, for practicing yoga with me. And I thank you too. Namaste. I hope I see you soon.